After their Game 3 offensive disaster, these three changes completely altered the scope of the Celtics' first-round series against the Magic. The Magic were always a physical team, but in Game 3 they turned it up a notch. They completely sold out to take away the Celtics' three-point shots, pressured them in the backcourt, and made every single offensive choice hard. And the Celtics fumbled all over themselves. Boston needed to make more granular changes on offense, and in order to win Games 4 and 5, these three tweaks changed everything for the Celtics offense. 1, they made more of an effort to intentionally push the pace. 2, they emphasized off-ball movement whenever possible. And 3, they basically reset Kristaps Porzingis to factory settings. In the case of the first point, which was pushing the pace, Jaylen Brown led the charge. In Game 3, the Magic pressured the Celtics in the backcourt, which means they couldn't even get into some of their offensive sets until there was 14 to 12 seconds left on the shot clock already. So in Games 4 and 5, whenever Jaylen Brown got the ball after a rebound, he pushed. In doing so, the Magic's defense wasn't able to set up in its half-court set, which allowed the Celtics offense to play against a scrambling defense. Sometimes this meant Jaylen Brown was able to drive right to the rim for an easy layup or dunk. And other times, since the Magic were so out of sorts and didn't have time to set up their defense, he was able to find an open shot for a teammate. This gave the Celtics a lot more opportunities to find easy buckets. Then there was the off-ball movement. In Game 3, the Celtics saw a lot of watch ball offense. As soon as the Magic shut down whatever action they were running, everything went blank. But in Games 4 and 5, they used way more off-ball movement. Derek White and Kristaps Porzingis actually found a great chemistry with this. Derek White was great at cutting his way into the paint, and the Celtics bench even got involved too. Whether it was Luke Cornett relocating to the opposite side dunker spot to get open for a Tatum pass, or screening for Sam Hauser off the ball so he could get open after cutting all the way under the rim. It opened up the floor a lot for the Celtics. Then there was the last and maybe most important change the Celtics made, resetting Kristaps Porzingis to factory settings. In the first few games of the series, Porzingis really struggled, and a big part of it was because he was failing in the spots that he found a lot of success in throughout the season. The same post-ups against smaller mismatches weren't falling for him, and while they still gave him a few opportunities in those spots, for the most part the Celtics decided to completely simplify his game. Rather than give him primarily post-ups, they turned him into an offensive weapon for Tatum, Derek White, and other Celtic stars to utilize. So rather than seeing him battle in the post against Corey Joseph, he was slipping to the rim off screens, getting easy dunks around the rim, and using his size to his advantage in other ways. Those slips were a big part of it. Look here as he runs it with Derek White, the chemistry I talked about earlier. Rather than actually setting the screen and getting Corey Joseph on him, he slipped it and immediately ran to the rim. This left Orlando's defense scrambling, and he got an open dunk. And on top of that, Peyton Pritchard and Derek White deserve a ton of credit for unlocking Porzingis. Their off-ball screening got him so many more open looks than he was getting when he was relying on his own individual post-ups. And even here, just Porzingis being off the ball and feeding off of Al Horford and Jason Tatum's pick-and-roll action got him an open look. Rather than using him as one of their primary sources of offense through post-ups, the Celtics turned Kristaps into a completely complementary player, basically resetting him to the factory settings of, you are 7'2", go let other people make plays for you around the rim. All three of those changes combined to make the Celtics offense way more effective in Games 4 and 5, and even though the Magic deserve a ton of credit for taking away the Celtics threes, Joe Mazzulla and the Celtics still found ways to get their guys going, and those offensive changes are a huge reason why the Celtics were able to win this series.